Gaining respect and moving things along requires confidence. Today's world moves quickly and decisions are made in the blink of an eye. The last thing you need in such a cutthroat world is to undercut yourself. But that's what many of us do when we communicate in ways that make us sound less confident and less determined. A single gesture or phrase can make us look weak in front of our audience. In this video, we're highlighting a few things that can make you look weak that you can avoid and make a big difference in how you are perceived. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1. Curb your anxiety. Anxiety is like carrying an umbrella and waiting for a thunderstorm. Everyone experiences anxiety from time to time. It's a natural reaction to not knowing what's coming up. But anxiety does make you look weak. It can be difficult to pinpoint what's causing your worry. Instead of allowing the trigger to control you, you can sometimes take little measures to reduce your anxiety. For example, if meeting new people makes you nervous, well, consider going with a buddy to meet your new neighbors. Once you've done this, you'll be a little less anxious and more able to meet people on your own next time. Make new connections with your thoughts. Keep giving yourself the opportunity to curb your anxiety, and that's exactly what you'll do. And on a similar note, number 2, stop panicking over everything. Panicking over everything does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength. Worrying might be okay if it motivates you to act and address a situation, but for many folks, it's nothing but what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Unending doubts and anxieties can be crippling. They'll drain your emotional energy and raise your anxiety levels. But you can teach your mind to be more calm and see things more positively. Beginning a practice of gratitude for what you have in your life can really help to shift your perspective. Counting your blessings, enjoying simple pleasures, and being mindful about them. Think about it. What purpose does panicking actually serve? What's the point? Worrying too much might become a huge burden that weighs you down. So remind yourself that you can confront unpleasant events every day and you can handle them. Number 3. Don't rely on others more than yourself. Dependence isn't a flaw in and of itself. It's helpful as long as it's balanced with independence. We all require attention, encouragement, and support in our daily lives. Humans are social creatures, and these kinds of relationship benefits are a part of what makes life good. But it's not the be-all, end-all. We need to be able to depend and rely on ourselves more than others. Taking strength from different experiences enables us to be more self-sufficient, but overdependence gives us an overwhelming desire for someone else's acceptance and validation, which can manifest as a constant need to prove oneself, to be flawless, or to seek out compliments. We become weak when we rely on outside validation in order to be happy. Number 4. Avoid negativity. Thoughts reflect reality. This is a known idea. Nothing can harm our moods more than exposure to constant negativity throughout the day. Now, while we can govern our own moods and emotions, external circumstances can create a poor atmosphere and depress our spirits. And really, it's not exactly the negativity that's the problem, it's the endless loop of negative thinking that's the real issue here. Bad stuff happens sometimes. We can't pretend it's healthy to paint everything in a positive light because that's not reality. And while we know it's not easy to quell the negative thoughts in your mind, especially when they spread like wildfire, there are some methods you can deploy to help yourself out here. Take a moment to pause. Breathe in deeply through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth. Do this a few times in a row. It can literally reset your nervous system to break you out of that fight or flight mode that negativity can put you in. Then, make a habit of listing 3 things you're grateful for, and it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Something like, I'm grateful for my comfortable bed I sleep in every night, or I'm grateful for my dog who makes me feel loved. With consistent practice, you'll soon be less affected by negativity when it arises. The goal isn't to eliminate negativity, that's not realistic. The goal is to not let it control you when you encounter it. Number 5, stay consistent. On the surface, consistency requires time. To be consistent, you have to repeat positive habits daily until they become your identity. And to be consistent doesn't come easy to most people. It's similar to developing a habit. It's difficult, especially at the start. It takes a lot of energy, which is a limited resource. Don't complicate the process by attempting to do too much at once, a mistake many people make when trying to implement new habits into their routine. Instead, incorporate them little by little, focusing on building new habits piece by piece, and slowly the bad habits will be replaced with healthier ones, and you might not even notice that it's happening. Number 6, grip your stress. A reality of life is, we'll all feel stressed out from time to time, some more than others. Stress isn't something that can be totally eliminated, however, it can be reduced and handled in healthier ways than many of us know how. Make no mistake, Aluxer, consistent exposure to stress and stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline will have a negative impact on your mental and physical health, which means if you don't get a good grip on managing your stress, you'll come across as weak on several levels. If this is something you struggle with, it's time to self-reflect on your triggers. What about your circumstances stresses you out the most? Examine these things and come up with ideas on how to lessen your burden or come up with new strategies to curb your stress in life. On the Alux app, this is something we talk about often, so if you're not already hanging out with us over there, download the Alux app today. Number 7, protecting yourself. Safeguarding oneself at home, socializing, or on vacation is critical. Don't put yourself in circumstances where you could be at risk. Maintain balance and keep yourself secure. While you want to do everything you can to protect yourself, remember that you cannot be replaced. Stress affects each one of us differently. One person could perceive a situation as stressful, another could see it as just slightly challenging. Of all the people in this world, you know you the best. So anticipate the situations you'll be entering into and plan ahead. Make any necessary arrangements and know the risks and dangers you could face in any given situation. Often, the person who's the calmest under pressure are the people who've thought about things ahead of time. Number 8, manage your emotions. Humans are very emotional creatures. We feel things, which is fine until we allow those sentiments to run away with us. Because emotions are extremely strong, learning to manage them is ultra important. Everyone has difficulty managing their emotional reactions to some degree or another. Just think about it. You're going about your normal day when something unexpected happens. You can suddenly feel worried or emotionally out of control. And when this happens, realize that you're feeling these things for a reason. While it could seem irrational from the outside looking in, guaranteed there's something deeper nagging at you and bringing this feeling to the surface. But on the bright side, the simple act of labeling that emotion is a fantastic strategy in taking away most of its power. If you can stop yourself in the moment and pinpoint the emotion you're feeling, be it anger, resentment, bitterness, or animosity, distinguishing what you're feeling makes it a lot easier to figure out why you're feeling it and what to do about it. And that is exactly how you regain control, Aluxer. Number 9, be your own support. Discuss your requirements. What are you working on? What are your ambitions? How were you successful? You're making an effort, so discuss it frequently. Keep it front and center, whether it's for others or just to yourself. Encourage yourself with words, actions, and ideas. Remind yourself that you can do this every time you start to doubt yourself. Every time you confront a challenging situation, remind yourself of all the difficult situations you've already overcome. Make yourself feel and look good. It's important how you communicate about yourself. It's important to pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Show yourself some affection, Aluxer. Make you your best support system. Number 10. Avoid unnecessary risks. Everything you desire is just beyond your comfort zone. Taking risks is a natural aspect of life. It's unquestionably a part of growing up. But humans tend to apply life or death thinking to less serious risks. We're anxious about asking someone a question, speaking in public, or requesting a raise. We know the amount of danger isn't the same, but it feels just as dangerous. And that fear keeps us firmly planted in our comfort zone. To put it another way, everything you desire necessitates at least some risk. And taking risks can be one of life's most rewarding experiences, but also one of the most difficult to master. So avoid taking unnecessary or dangerous risks to keep your life free of unnecessary obstacles. Number 11. Leave the gaslighters. Gaslighters typically use statements such as, "You're too sensitive," "You're nuts," "Lighten up," "You need help," and "Ugh, I was only kidding." Now perhaps you've experienced this before. You voiced a feeling, an opinion, or a firmly held belief only to be met with someone telling you, "You're crazy," or "That never happened." We're going to tell you something now, Aluxer. If someone you're close to repeatedly treats you this way, it's probably time to rethink that relationship. Gaslighting is emotional manipulation that leaves its victims confused. They might not even realize they're being manipulated, but the moment that manipulation dawns on you, it's time to go. Number 12. Don't seek opinions as truth. There are currently 8 billion people on Earth, each with their own personality and point of view, so you're not going to have to go far to find someone who agrees with you on any issue. But the problem is, so many people only hear the opinions of others they agree with, creating a tight echo chamber of thoughts and beliefs to be reinforced and never challenged. Always remember, though, opinions are not facts, and the only opinion that truly matters in your life is your own opinion. You should follow your instincts instead of relying on the views of others. Believe in yourself. Number 13. Mind over matter. Almost everyone has heard the phrase mind over matter, but how easy is it to practice, really? Spoiler alert, it can be really difficult. Humans are a distractible species, but the mind is more powerful than we often give it credit for. From mental wellness to focus to stress management, our mental health is critical to our overall quality of life. So, how can we keep our minds in peak condition? We include brain health in our daily activities. Simply put, mind over matter refers to our ability to use our thoughts to self-regulate in the present moment when situations or events arise that seem out of control. And as with everything, Aluxer, practice makes perfect. Number 14. Boost your confidence. Low self-esteem is not a death sentence. Self-confidence, like any other ability, can be learned, developed, and mastered. Everything in your life will improve once you've mastered it. Self-assured people are admired by others and inspire others to be confident. They confront their anxieties and are risk takers. They understand that no matter what problems arise, they can overcome them. Even when things aren't going so well, self-confident people prefer to see the bright side of life and are usually content with and respecting of themselves. Number 15. Resist manipulation. Manipulative people conceal their interests as your interests. Manipulated individuals are concerned. They usually offer to assist you in improving your performance, attitude, and life in general. They want to have power over you. They want to modify you, not to improve your life, but to validate theirs and prevent you from outgrowing them. When you allow deceptive people into your life, they can be quite difficult to remove. They'll flip-flop on issues, play evasive when you try to hold them accountable. They'll offer assistance that never materializes. They frequently have enticing characteristics, which makes their efforts even more effective and difficult to identify and act on. So take stock of your relationships, Aluxer, both personal and professional, and consider if there might be someone using you to their advantage. And that's a wrap on today. Thanks for sticking with us until the end. Here's your well-deserved bonus for doing so. We talk a lot about honing your skills, upskilling, developing new skills. But just as important as all that is developing your personality, because that can have a positive or negative effect on your life and career depending on which way you take it. So, we've done a video all about how to improve your personality, and you can find it by clicking the link in the description. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Aluxer. We're so glad you did. If you found value with us, please give us a like, hit the bell icon to never miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe.